WH word how. How is used to ask about manner or method. How do you make a cake? To ask about condition or state. How are you? To ask about degree or extent. How tall are you? To express surprise or emphasis. How beautiful this place is. 150 plus English speaking questions with how. How are you? How's it going? How was your day? How old are you? How long have you been living here? How do you feel about that? How did you learn English? How can I help you? How did that happen? How do you spend your weekends? How do I contact you? How do I say this in French? Subscribe English Skill Improvement YouTube channel. How do I improve my writing skills? How much do you earn? How do you stay motivated? How often do you visit the gym? How do I book a ticket? How long will it take to finish this? How did you celebrate your birthday? How long have you been working here? How can I improve my English? How does this work? How much did you pay for this? How do I get more information? How was the movie? How do you start your day? How do I order food here? How can I reach you? How can we improve this? How much water should I drink each day? How do I improve my listening skills? How do I pay for the tickets? How do I check in at the hotel? How many years have you been working in this field? How do I install this software? How do you usually start a conversation? How many cups of coffee do you drink each day? How do I cancel my order? How do I register for this event? How do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? How can I pay for this? How do you know so much about this topic? How do I connect to the Wi-Fi? How can we solve this problem? How do you handle stress? How do you spend your holidays? How are you doing today? How do I fix this? How do you spell that? How do you relax after work? How many languages do you speak? How is your family? How was the party? How do you make this recipe? How many siblings do you have? How did you meet them? How do you feel today? How much time do we have? How do you stay fit? How do you know her? How do you say this in English? How many people are coming? How far is it from here? How many times have you been abroad? How do I improve my accent? How many books do you read in a year? How do I create a plan for the project? How do I set my goals for the year? How do you improve your mental health? How do I prepare for a meeting? How do I learn from my mistakes? How do I keep my mind sharp? How do you deal with setbacks? How do you balance your work and family life? How do I choose the best college for me? How do you stay focused on long-term goals? How do you balance work, study, and personal time? How do I find a mentor in my field? How long have you been studying English? How do you usually celebrate Christmas? How do I get rid of stress? How can I improve my vocabulary? How did you manage to finish that so quickly? How do I apply for this job? How did you enjoy your vacation? How long will the event last? How do I improve my speaking skills? How do you learn new things? How many people are invited to the wedding? How do I get a refund? How do I start learning a new language? How can we fix this problem? How do you handle difficult situations? How long will it take to fix the issue? How can I learn more about this topic? How do you cope with difficult people? How often do you check your emails? How do you feel about traveling alone? How did you handle the situation? How long does it take to become fluent in English? How do I create a new account? How do you usually celebrate your birthday? How do I remove this stain from my shirt? How do you make friends in a new city? How much do you recommend spending on groceries? How do you manage your time efficiently? How do you feel about the recent changes? How do I get a refund for this? How do I join the meeting? How do I find a good job? How do I save money? How do you stay calm under pressure? How do I start a business? How do you spend your weekends? How do you prepare for exams? How do you reduce stress in your life? How do I fix this problem? How can I improve my health? How do I prepare for a job interview? How do I handle criticism? How do I learn to cook new dishes? How can I improve my communication skills? How do I apply for a visa? How do I write a professional email? How do you stay motivated to achieve your goals? How do I improve my leadership skills? How do you stay positive during tough times? How do I overcome my fear of failure? How do you develop new skills? How do you create a business plan? How do you handle disagreements with colleagues? How do I reduce my expenses? How do you stay motivated to reach your goals? How do you deal with stress in your personal life? How do you cope with change in the workplace? How do you handle failure in your personal life? How do you ensure the success of your team? How do I manage my emotions during stressful situations? How do I improve my relationship with my coworkers? How do you stay focused on your goals despite setbacks? How do I overcome fear of failure? How do you develop your creative skills? How do you handle workplace stress? How do you stay connected with friends and family? How do you maintain a positive mindset? How do I overcome self-doubt? How do you improve your decision-making skills? How do you cope with disappointment in life? How do you track your personal progress? How do you set achievable goals? How do you stay focused on your goals? How do I deal with uncertainty in life? Follow First Learn WhatsApp channel. Subscribe First Learn YouTube channel. Subscribe English Skill Improvement YouTube channel.